Hey guys, thanks so much for doing this and being here. So glad that you were able to actually be part of Compassion Month. So I want you to do a couple things. One, introduce yourself to everybody who you are, and then who is your compassion child, and how long have you been sponsoring them?
Well, my name is Sean,
And I'm Shannon.
and we're the Daniels.
Yeah, so we have two compassion children. One we started sponsoring 4 years ago, a little boy named Jao out of Brazil, and then when we started sponsoring 2 years ago, who is a girl who's in the sixth grade out of Ghana, and her name is Blessing. I think today we get to see some of things from Blessing's life, and so she's the newest one that we've sponsored. So we've gotten to write some letters over the past 2 years to her. She's gone through elementary school, now into primary school, or her sixth grade of primary school, and then a little bit through the COVID pandemic as well. Have had correspondence with her through that. So that's Blessing.
Awesome. Let me ask you this: what motivated you to sponsor a compassion child? Because you guys have two, so one or the other, or at both times.
We saw a need, and we felt compelled to step in. We felt called to be generous. We felt called to serve in that capacity to meet the standard healthcare needs that we often take, for granted. Yeah. So we felt the need to step in that capacity.
I just remember it being September for some reason, and PL was doing a sermon on compassion. It was Compassion Sunday, and I just remember us feeling very just drawn to the fact that this was partnering with local communities. It wasn't going trying to fix something. We clearly recognize we're very privileged, and we have far more than we ever deserve or need. And there are people who just need some opportunity, and we can help bridge that gap a little bit, and help local communities bridge that gap. So any little resource that we can provide to help people who are in the community actually help their own community. So it was a no-brainer. And then I think it kind of was, so at the time that we started with one, we had one kid. And then when we decided to just do another one, we had a sponsor another child. We had our second child. So it was kind of we have two
That's
here.
Awesome.
So anyway, that's kind of how it came about.
Compassion Sunday for the first one, that Jao was the first boy that we had sponsored. That child was super providential because we were pregnant, and I'll never forget this. We miscarried with our first child, and that child was due on the day that Jao was born. Now, Jao was prior to that, but oh man, that slapped us right in the face. I mean, the chair, his card was
just right there
in our chair, and we were due. Our due date was the day of his birth, and so felt that there's no mistaking this. Walk into this.
And then we chose Blessing because one, I wanted to sponsor a girl, and two, she was considered in a high risk category. So I'm not exactly sure all the things that go into that, country, location, and all of that, but she was considered a high risk, maybe because she was a little older. And so it just seemed like just the right fit. Her name was Blessing, and it's absolutely been a blessing to us to be able to sponsor her.
Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing. That's powerful and strong. So again, our friends, as I guess told you earlier, our friends of Compassion, were able to, this doesn't happen for a lot of kids, but we're able to actually get a home visit with Blessing. So I want to show you guys her home visit that they were able to get for us. Give me 1 second. If you can hear.
Hi, my name is John Kwesida. I am the social worker of Johannes Child Development Center. And Blessing is a beneficiary of our project. We have come this morning to pay her a visit and find out how they are doing, she and her family members. So Blessing will introduce herself and also introduce the rest of her family members.
Hello, my name is Blessing Aqua. I am very happy to welcome you to my house. Welcome to my house, Sean and Shani. Let me introduce you to my family.
So Blessing is about to introduce us to her family members. Blessing, let you.
I am Indian from my friend. I am married to my Indian. Hello.
Hello. So Blessing just introduced us to her family. She said this is her grandmother, Auntie Ama Abuajua. This is her auntie, that's Sister Majua. Then that's Blessing's cousin. His name is Kwame. Blessing's elder brother. His name is Kweku. And this is Blessing's other cousin, her auntie's daughter. Her name is Mame Ama. So we will proceed to ask Blessing some few questions and tell us what she does in the house to assist her grandmother. And to Blessing, then now we are at the boy on a eufy. Blessing says she assists her grandmother to sweep. She also washes dishes. She sometimes accompanies the grandmother to the farm, and she also assist her when she is cooking the family's meals. Now, Blessing, school send me a fee at the same.
School send me a book where I am a bank, Mama, this year. Name project another Roma, or my cousin, Piano Cody, Cacao.
Blessing says her education has been affected as a result of COVID-19. The school has been on break for a very long time, but the Compassion Project organizes extra classes for the beneficiaries, which she also attends with her friends. The Blessing then our catcher or sponsor.
The drama is the birthday of the US and then I need a camera.
Blessing says she is very grateful to Sean and Shannon for their support for her. She says she celebrated her birthday not long ago, and Sean and Shannon sent her a gift which helped her to celebrate her birthday, and it made her birthday a very memorable one. And now Blessing and Timpacho, then I also catch her Blessing the sponsor. Blessing's auntie also wants to show her appreciation to her to Sean and Shannon. She says she is very grateful to them for their continued support for Blessing. She said her prayer is that God will protect them from COVID-19 and also bless them in whatever they are doing. We would like to present a gift to the family on behalf of Sean and Shannon when we came for the visit. And Timpacho, they actually did a crab by saying the bread is if we Sean and Shannon, our Blessing, sponsors no hope. And the actually a crab, or the by say, young farmer Blessing the bush here for.
Blessing and not fair. So much and I tell you to
Blessing's grandmother wants to thank the sponsors for this gift. She says she is very grateful to them. May God bless them and replace this gift that they've given to her in 100-fold. She is very grateful. God bless Shannon and Sean for this wonderful gift. So we will proceed to Blessing's bedroom, where she will show us where she sleeps and how many people sleep in the bedroom. And see, Blessing, you better know what chair baby, I would done it and the Padua, Omoda, a dynamo. And see, Blessing, Moya saying, Amoda dynamo. Blessing says 6 of them sleep in this room. Now, one has our dining. Blessing says she sleeps on this mat on the floor. So every night they place this mat on the floor where she sleeps. Now, I don't mind that so. Blessing says she sleeps on the mat with one of her cousins. That is Kwame. She sleeps on the mat with Kwame. Now, why no Nedam Palaso? Blessing says her grandmother, her auntie, and the new baby, that's Mamiama, they all sleep on this bed. And elder brother also joins them to sleep in this room sometimes, although he sleeps at a different place, but sometimes he also joins them to sleep in this room. So we will proceed and go outside for Blessing to tell us some of the chores she assists her grandmother with. And to bless you, ever come on saying, when the cat has said, another than you better acquire offer so and if I prior nature acquire offer so and the wow. So Blessing is about to demonstrate to us how she assists her grandmother to sweep the house. So she is demonstrating to us how she assists her grandmother to sweep the house. She will do it very shortly and gather the refuse. The Blessing, now we are in them. So Blessing is demonstrating to us how she assists her grandmother, to sweep. That's how Blessing assists her grandmother to sweep. That's how she assists her grandmother to sweep. She assists her grandmother to sweep. So after sweeping, Blessing fetches water to wash her hands. She fetches water to wash her hands with the help of her grandmother. She fetches water to wash her hands. So Blessing is washing her hands just after sweeping. She is currently washing her hands just after sweeping. So Blessing is washing her hands with the assistance of her grandmother just after sweeping. What are your last words to your sponsor? What do you want to tell your sponsor?
Thank you, Sean and Shannon. God bless you for your sponsorship. I love you very much. Bye bye.
Yeah. So, how are you?
We are very inadequate to support such a beautiful and graceful and smart young lady. We are incredibly privileged to be able to do that.
Sorry, I gotta get myself together. I don't intend to cry on every one of these, but it just happens. Someone who is considering sponsoring a compassion child, what would you say to them?
Give and give freely, knowing that the resources that we have in abundance are going to serve someone in much greater need. Meeting tangible needs is one thing. Giving them the gospel is another thing. And that's the hope of the vesicle of a box of goodies, of food and toilet tissue, things that we so easily take for granted. Give freely, give, knowing that it's going to plant seeds and demonstrate love.
And, even when COVID hit and everything started shutting down, I don't even think we ever even discussed whether or not we would stop.
Wasn't an option.
It wasn't an option, because if we are getting a cold, then someone who is impoverished is getting the flu, And so if we're getting hit, someone who is in a disadvantaged situation could be deadly, And so yeah, it's one of those, what good excuse do you have not to? Really, what good excuse do you have not to give? And there's all sorts of things you could give too. I think compassion's really great because it's partnering with local communities. It's not, you're supporting the infrastructure that's there and trying to help spread the gospel from people who are there, not trying to come in and save the day yourself. It's people who have relationships there. So being able to support that, the people who are doing the work there, it's why not? Why would you not? And it's a safe place and it's a loving place.
It is.
It's a place where their needs can be met. And in many ways, we probably, as the local church here, have so much to learn from the local church there. Really meet the needs of the community. So we do not have it all figured out.